Press record, Mike.
All good?
Mm-hmm.
They tub gunner tonight, eh? No.
I don't think so. I can't believe that's the one that's let us down.
Hey, the wee bastards.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, it's a catch 22 challenge. It's been scuppered by a gurnard.
Well, not yet. Oh, no, it's not.
I like your optimism.
What date's this? October 15th?
Yeah, middle of
16th.
October.
And that, the last video, if you're watching these videos each week, you'll have seen the last efforts at the tub gurnard failed. We think it was maybe our last chance, but
Never know.
you never know.
You never know.
Might pull one out tonight.
I don't think there's much chance of one tonight with the baits we've got.
So from that trip, we took home a lot more mackerel than I thought.
Loads of bait, yeah, good bait.
So this is Friday evening, start of the weekend, and we are conger fishing.
Little opportunistic, quick evening session. The conditions were too good to turn it down.
We even got the drone up there.
Got the drone up as well, briefly.
Still got the fear of that bloody thing. Anyway, conger eels. We started fishing for conger eels because of catch 22, funnily enough, wasn't it? And we've had some good sessions. Not turned the runs into fish on the bank, so we're hoping to put that right tonight.
They're a difficult fish to get out of the rocks though.
Especially here.
Aye, it's really snaggy where we're fishing, as it usually is when you're fishing for congers. So we've had plenty of runs, plenty of bites, plenty of interest, but turning them into actual fish on the rocks, like Gordon says, has been difficult.
I think my PB congers, leaving a double figure conger at
12 ounces or something like that.
it'll not be easy to beat. So that's my goal for the night. I wouldn't mind one that can be classed as a conger eel. What do you call the wee ones?
Straps. Well, yours was a bootlace.
Aye. Aye.
So I think the plan is, first of all, catch an eel. But I think we're looking for a proper one. We don't need it for catch 22. We've had that. We've ticked that off. He ticked one off from the sib as well. So we've got a doubled up on that. Aye.
Forgot about that one.
So we've had them. We just need something a bit bigger.
Aye.
I'd love a double figure eel from the shore. I'd love a 20. A 20 from the shore would be lovely. And they're in here. They're definitely in here.
You've heard, I've got a few mates I've heard talk about, I've seen the size of the fucking thing. Oh, a monster. But I've yet to see one myself.
Aye, it's your usual fisherman stories there, isn't it? And the conger eels are infamous story legends makers. But aye, let's see if we can get one tonight. I'm confident. Conditions are good.
Very similar to January and March, maybe April we came.
Aye, but 20 degrees warmer.
Aye, a lot warmer. Bloody sweating.
It was -8 the last time we were here. That was exactly the session that we caught the fish on. So.
Aye.
Yeah. But I'll talk you through the setups. I've made a few wee changes to my setup from last time. I think Gordon's done the same.
Well, I've went between both.
Right.
I've went with a pulley,
Pulley better.
which you've went on both, and then I've just went with a standard, simple running ledger.
So I will talk you through all that as we go. Fill the time before we get a run. So it's just about turned dark. It is. Just gone 7
Really?
p.m. Just about. Still a bit of light in the sky. We're going to fish right through till high tide, which is about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and see where we are then.
He never gives up the rugby, but I always give up the Grand Prix.
The rugby's coming up.
I give up the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to walk to unless you want to take a header.
We'll see you in a bit. Just chatting away there as we normally do, and I think out the corner of my eye I seen the slightest little touch on that left hand rod there. Tiniest little pull over. I'm going to leave it, I'm not going to do anything with it just now, but it could be a crab, it could be anything, but that was definitely the slightest little touch. Right, I'm not the most patient of people, as you've probably gathered. So while we're waiting for some action on the conger baits, I'm going to have a little play around in the rocks and the holes. See if we can magic a tub gunner from somewhere. Or a couple of gobies. I would love to catch a leopard, spotted goby. Never caught one before. Seen a couple this year. It's a little wee fish, but it's a wee fish that I've never caught before, so that would be nice. So yeah, little LRF set up, little size 16 hook, little slivers of mackerel, just bounced around the rocks while we wait. Little lead, little hook, little slither of mackerel. Let's see if we can pass the time by catching some gobies or a tub gunner. If I keep saying it, it might happen.
I was going to say, you just said that because a miracle happens. There has been some strange fish caught down here, but hasn't there?
Aye, I mean,
What was the most recent one?
down here, there's been bream caught down here. Not heard of any tub gunners though.
I'll wait and see how you get on before I decide to set up mine.
I'll probably get snagged up after 30 seconds and go in a huff, so we'll see. If you did watch the videos back in, I think it was January, Gordon was saying March or April, but it was definitely January.
We definitely done the first one in January.
Yeah. Got loads of gobies down here, but it took us ages to get the black goby that we were after. It was just rock goby after rock goby after rock goby. Forgive me, I keep looking up at these rods here. Willing them to go. But if there's rock gobies and there's black gobies, there might be something else, a little bit more interesting.
Was there no point in the tide?
Aye, they just
buttons
turned up,
We kept coming at a couple hours, 3 hours in.
on the conger rods.
Yeah.
Aye. And then it went quiet for a while. Fishing's fishing, every session is different. Quite fancy a big eel this winter, so this might be the first session of many. Well, we'll see how this goes first.
It's not looking good in the go.
No, it's not. I'll be back if anything happens.
I was getting called all sorts there because I banged his line with his rod. There is one fish that we could catch tonight. I think it's slowly, over a few years of doing this style of fishing, I think it's become one of my favourite looking sea fish. And it's a fish that we could catch doing this style, maybe drop shot. Or it's a fish that could quite easily and quite happily pick up one of the big baits, because it's got one big ass mouth, probably bigger than mine, and it doesn't half like a big fish bait. The biggest one I ever saw was one Alex caught a few years back, and it's the sea scorpion. We managed to catch some in the catch 22 earlier in the year, and they were beautiful. I think we caught them in the float, the drop shot, stuff like that. But I've never had a big one. As I'm talking, my right rod's just buckled over. That was a big rattle in my rod there, Alex. I'm hoping that's a sea scorpion that's hurt me. That was a proper bump. That was no crab. Oh, what have we got here? That is a rock goby, isn't it?
Bring it a wee bit closer.
I'm feared to move.
Yeah,
What the hell's that? My imagination's too wild for this sort of fishing at this time of night. In the dark. That better, can you see that? Now it's a rock goby because of the orange bit. That's how we tell the difference in it, Alex. They're a lot smaller than they are in the winter. So a big proper sea scorpion, I would not mind at all. Taste Alex, could you find a smaller hook? Size is that?
14.
No way!
It's not wide gape, it's just 14.
Is that how? Aye, my imagine, I couldn't come into this myself. See the amount of noises and plops and whistles and splashing and creaking and branches cracking. Nah, I couldn't handle that myself. So a wee sea scorpion, I wouldn't have a big sea scorpion, I wouldn't mind if one of them came along the night. Conger eels are big slimy things, aren't they? At least a wee sea scorpions. The ones we got, where was it that we got them other ones? Loch. No, Loch Etive we got them. Oh, Loch Leaving, you're right, Loch Leaving. With beautiful red and orange bellies. Really nice. Whereas that one Alex got was just black and looked like a proper creature for the deep. That was an interesting bite on that rod, to be fair. That could have been a sea scorpion. Congers, if I'm right, Alex, kind of pull. That was a boom, boom, boom. We'll be back. Well, to Alex, annoyance. I've got a wee bell here that I clipped to my braid. Because that's a pretty silent drag that's on that. Certainly not able to hear it if you're a few yards away from the rod, and it's just spun round and rattled. Back catfishing there for a minute. That's both my rods now had a good rattle on them, but they're just not committing to taking it, which makes me wonder what they actually are. That can't be crab, surely.
Big crab.
Come on. Rods have been in for maybe about an hour and a half, and we were just saying there, we were expecting a run by now, but could it be a wee sea scorpion? No, we'll leave that for now. I'll put my wee bell back on.
Well, plenty of gobies around, as expected. Another rock goby. That's all we've had actually, rock gobies. I did think for a second it might have been a leopard spot, but it's not. Cool fish, don't they? I like them. The orange tip on the dorsal, and on the second dorsal, but looks like that's cool. Big round tail. Cool wee fish. See how many gobies we can get. Black goby, leopard spotted goby. That's pretty much all I know. Common goby, painted goby, 2 spotted goby. I'm just making names up now.
No conger.
No conger. Blank's off though. Right, well these have been in for about 2 hours now. Not much is happening, so I don't like leaving baits in the water too long, so if I can get the rig back, I will rebait it and recast it. If I can get the rig back, it says. So this is where you hope the rotten bottom gives. He hopes. It could also be the hook caught in some debris or... Oh, it's not looking great. Yeah, that's definitely the hook caught in something. No. So I need to retie that rig. That did not go to plan. Well, part and parcel of rough ground fishing, I suppose. So frustrating. I hate it. I absolutely hate leaving gear in the water. Damn it. Right, new rig tied. Such frustrating fishing, but you kind of need to accept it. For the change that I've made to the rig for today, not that it's doing any good whatsoever, I'm fishing a pulley rig. So I'm fishing how I would normally fish over clean ground for rays, dogfish, spur dogs, smoothhound, that sort of thing, with a few little changes. Whereas before, anytime we fish for conger, then you'd have just used a running ledger. And it seems to have worked, but I thought, because on the last couple of occasions the bites have been really quite finicky, I thought a pulley rig might have been a wee bit more sensitive, so it was worth a shot. And it might still pay off, but it's not really looking likely at the minute. But business end, £200 fluoro. No need for wire, I don't think. I've actually sized down my hook. Usually I would fish a 6.0 Sea Beast. This is a 4.0, and that's just crimped on with a double crimp there. It's almost impossible to tie 200, £150 fluoro, so the crimps are ideal. And then that goes to the pulley bead, which runs on the rig body, which is £60 fluoro. All the way down to a clip, Gemini clip. Now I'm not really clipping down, although it's a pulley rig, I'm not bothering clipping the bait down because I am just lobbing the bait just beyond the ledge really. But that's onto a rotten bottom, and that rotten bottom is just £18 mono. Some of the old weights that I've got left, try not to use anything fancy in terms of weights, these are just old bits and pieces I've had lying around. The chances are I will lose it. With a couple of knots in that rotten bottom, just so that hopefully if the lead gets stuck, that will break first. It didn't really work on the last cast, but that was definitely the hook that gets caught in something. So we'll get a bit of bait on it, we'll get it back out and try again. So again, with the finicky bites in mind, I'm not going massive with the baits. Little joey mackerel, head and shoulders, bite sized, so that even a smallish fish can get it in its mouth quite quickly. And that is a relatively small hook for conger, and that's just nicked under the chin and out through the nose. Put it back out, hopefully not into a snag. See what happens. I'm fearing the worst. So this really is just an underhand lob. Nothing too far. Not massively deep. I'm fishing one rod close in, one a little bit further, covering the depths. I think Gordon's doing something similar. But no meaningful bites. So fishing this on a really loose drag. Oh no. Not good. Yeah, all sorts of pickles here. Yeah, fishing on a really loose drag. Minimal resistance. Fishing little starlights on the tips, trying to pick up those bites as quickly as possible. Yeah, we're back fishing.
Well, Alex has freshened up his baits. I freshened up one of mine, and Alex had literally said, show that to the camera as I threw it back. It was all chewed up. The rig was all twisted up. A bit like this one. So, is it crabs? I don't know. I don't think so. But that's half a mackerel been proper chewed down. This is the pulley rig that Alex suggested we tried. The other one's just a plain old, good old fashioned simple running ledger. But anybody that watches the Totally Awesome fishing show will know that Graham Pullen loves his conger fishing. I think I've watched him for about 10 years on YouTube. And he always puts his baits with the hook. Now Alex hooked his there, like that. And then you've got this big bit of meat. He would always pull his through and then use bait elastic and tie the hook down so that the hook's where you would imagine the conger's grabbing the bait first. Didn't work much, did it? Did you use that tail, Alex?
No, that's still there.
Where'd it go? Yeah, let's see. So far, I'm not the best at explaining these things, that's Alex's job usually. But we just trim them off. So, again, I am the expert. This is just what I've watched. So if you're watching this thinking, what the hell is he doing? You're probably right. So what we do, or what I've been trying to do, is I want the hook down here. So I've been just popping it through the bottom. Like that. Somewhere in this deep pocket. It's good old bait elastic. And I'm just sure Alex has said before, no, don't be fear of using this stuff, which I think I've been guilty of in the past. Tie that off. Oh, that was a reel. There we go, they're around.
No mistake in that run. This is a big fish. This is a huge fish. I can't stop this. I just don't want to let him get in that any snag of any sort. This is the big fish we've been after. Oh, he's come off. No, that was a big fish. Man, I knew I should put the bigger hook on. That was the small hook that I talked about.
At least your rig's no failed.
That was a huge fish. Let's get it back out.
I thought you were stuck.
That was unstoppable. That just trying to keep his head up. I think he kept his head up, but that was just big slashes from side to side. You seen the rod? I don't know if you did see the rod tip going, but
I thought you were actually stuck at the bottom.
that was
Wow.
that was big. That was really big. Ah no. That was our chance.
Right, get it back out. Well,
I'm actually shaking. Bigger hook is on, 6-0, and I'm going to try and put this right back out on the spot, which is going to be near impossible because I can't see anything. And it was just a lob, it wasn't far out at all. Not far off there, I don't think. Say to Gordon there, I'm kind of glad we didn't get it in because that was a big eel. I don't want to say how big, but I have never felt, I've not caught many congers, but I have never felt anything like that before from the shore. That was scary. Oh man. Right, come on, give us another chance. Literally, there was no snags, hooked it straight into the fish, didn't have to get it out of air, and it just sat there and shook its head, going backwards, just dragging line, constant. You seen it, we just watched the footage back there, and you just seen, that was, I'm gutted. Gutted on one hand, slightly relieved on the other. Definitely doing a bit of conger fishing this winter. That was awesome.
well, before that, 5 minutes of chaos erupted. All 4 rods are back out. My 2 and Alex's reckons he's got it back on that mark. I'm no joke, I fell on my tripod, that's what the stumble was, but do you ever get that feeling? I've had it before with him. We were pike fishing one time, and he's like, "Gordon, this is a big fish." And I looked around and think, he's snagged. You know that way the rod's creaking? That was a similar moment. That was a big fish. I don't know if I'm glad or relieved, as Alex says, but fucking hell. That looked big. That looked really big. Hopefully we get another crack at it. Oh, you fucked that up, didn't you?
See, now that the adrenaline's well worn off, I'm
He's on to that.
absolutely gutted at losing that.
Right.
I can't express how heavy that felt.
It's one of them moments, that, well, even if it wasn't me that lost the fish, you're equally as gutted because the rod was creaking. But from behind it looked
Honestly, it was
snagged.
so heavy.
Just aye.
You can't put a number on a fish like that, but I reckon that was 30 plus.
Aye. I can't disagree with you. And it's usually sessions like this will maybe look this into another video, don't we? Or we'll maybe come up with something else, but we thought that one moment was just worth a video on its own. That's what happened. That's the session that planned it like yet again. You can point me being here. A couple of wee rattles, but didn't materialise. But that run, catching it on camera, falling out of the tripod, you get into the rod, hooking into it. What could have been?
I've had some high points in the last couple of videos. That is probably one of the lowest of the year.
Do you know what I says to him? And I was surprised. He said that if that had ended up in his hands, that would have been your fish of the year over the Zander.
Aye. I don't think you realise how big that fish was.
I do. I was fucking starting watching you. I could tell, as I say, I'll say it again, your rod was creaking. I say the closest thing I can relate to that was that time when we were fishing for the pike.
Big pike.
When you're like, I looked around, I thought, no, that snag's moving.
But hey, can't win them all, I suppose. But anyway, I hope you got some entertainment from that.
This will be a short one, but I'm away home for a wee beer. He's away home to greet.
Damn it.
Win some, you lose some.
Aye, well, we'll definitely be coming back for them. I'll tell you that much.
Right, on that major disappointment.
Conger campaign is well underway. So we'll see you.
Every fucking night now. Right, go Conger fishing.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Thanks for watching.